It's the RIOT podcast for Friday, September 15th. By the way, our fall fundraiser here at RadioU still going on. It's how we make this podcast possible, along with everything else we do at RadioU. So if you're into that, RadioU.com or the RadioU app, you can donate.
What a morning it is today.
Oh, what a day.
I've got a great list for us. As we're heading into the weekend here, I'm feeling real happy.
Oh, yeah, I can tell. You have a bigger smile than normal.
I know, right? And I've got a list here of the happiest states in the U.S.
Okay.
You think you could guess any of the top contenders?
Yeah, I think I've got a good idea. At number one, is it California?
California's your guess?
Uh-huh.
Unfortunately, California, not number one. California does crack the top 10. They're at number 7, but not quite number 1. Close, but no cigar.
I knew it was between two, so it was California, or my other choice would be Florida.
Florida coming in at number 8, just behind California.
Interesting. Okay, so what am I missing here?
You know who's at number 1.
I don't know who's at number 1.
It's Utah.
Oh, okay.
Obvious. I mean, come on. When you think of happy states, Utah.
Isn't that their nickname, the Happy State?
Is that what? No, that's not.
No, they're like the Beehive State or something.
I thought they were like the state of lakes or something.
No, that's Minnesota.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Utah comes in at number 1. Hawaii, number 2.
Oh, I forgot about Hawaii. That would have been a better guess. Yeah, why would you not be happy in Hawaii most of the time?
Then number 3.
Guess it's expensive, but.
Believe it or not, we've got Maryland.
Hey!
Accurate.
I remember being happy when I was there.
Yeah, then we got Minnesota at number 4.
The state of lakes.
Yeah, precisely. And then number 5, New Jersey.
All right, that's surprising.
Isn't that pretty shocking?
I wouldn't have thought that New Jersey would be so happy, but I mean, I guess what do they have to complain about?
And then the bottom 5, I think, I'm not like dissing on anybody who lives in these states.
Yeah.
But I think these are all, like, you could probably guess almost all 5. Let's see if you can do it.
I don't know. I don't want to insult anybody.
How many can you guess? No, do it. Who cares? Doesn't mean we that place stinks or anything.
No, it just means that if you live there, you're unhappy. Yeah.
Just the lay of the land.
Is Kentucky one of the lower ones?
Kentucky is. It's number 46. Good work.
And I'm also thinking of West Virginia, probably.
West Virginia comes in at 50.
They're the most unhappy state.
The Mountaineers are unhappy.
Ouch. Probably I'm thinking South Dakota.
Ooh, no. South Dakota, happy state.
Oh, yeah?
Shockingly happy, yeah. They come up here at number 18.
Okay. So about almost like an average state.
Yeah, all these bottom states are all in a similar region.
Oh, okay. So West Virginia, Kentucky, maybe Ohio, pretty upset.
No, Ohio comes in at 37, not quite as bad.
Okay, so on the downward side.
More of we're looking at like Tennessee at 48. Nashville can't even carry that state, I guess.
Yeah.
49 in Louisiana. 47 Arkansas, 45 Alabama. The ones
interesting. What is it? What do you think it is about those states that has the people so unhappy?
Well, it says here.
Like, what are they basing this off of again?
They're basing this off of emotional and physical well-being. Okay. West Virginia comes in dead last, 50 for that.
Yeah.
We also had work environment, important.
Okay.
West Virginia comes in dead last, 50 for that.
Yeah, they don't have a good work environment at all.
Then we've got community and environment.
Okay.
West Virginia at 33, so they get a little bit of a plus there. And that's what they're basing it off of.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, sorry, West Virginia. I guess it's no big surprise, no secret that West Virginia might not have it as well off as some other states in our fine union.
When I look at some of the states that a lot of RadioU listeners probably reside in, Oklahoma, for Oklahoma City folk. That's number 41. Do better. We've also
RadioU isn't enough to make that happy, apparently.
Yeah, I guess. Obviously, RadioU Ohio at 37. Do better. Where's Michigan at?
We're trying.
Michigan 33. A little higher.
Okay.
For RadioU. Do better.
Yeah.
And then obviously we have RadioU California at number 7.
Yeah.
So we're looking good there.
Let RadioU California be an example. Be a flag flying high as to show Michigan and Oklahoma and Ohio what what they need to do.
Some of our big obviously this is the podcast. So some of our big podcast listening states, Texas is always up there in our statistics.
Yeah.
They're at number 39, so do better.
I don't know. If it wasn't for California, I'd say I'm starting to see a trend.
See, I know. Let's see. Where's and then Pennsylvania is the other one. We have a lot of listeners in Pennsylvania. 25, dead center.
Okay, there we
come
go.
On. There's a lot of good stuff going on over there, I guess. So for those of you living in any of those states, hopefully you're just one of the happy ones.
Hopefully. I'll tell you what, you know what'll make you upset? Divorce.
That's correct.
Yeah, that's not going to help out your happiness rate. I found this story about a couple in the country of Kuwait. They divorced after being married for 3 minutes.
That's a quick turnaround.
That's almost as fast as humanly possible.
3 minutes?
Yeah. You want to know what happened?
Tell me the story.
What could have possibly led to this?
Tell me the juicy details.
While they were, this couple, right after they were pronounced husband and wife, the husband allegedly called the wife stupid because I guess she messed up something in her vows or something like that, or she tripped coming onto the stage, something like that. She just made a mistake. He called her stupid. Big mistake. And that was it. That was it.
That was the end of the line for her?
That was the end of the line.
Man, that's a pretty quick.
She made it all that far.
Quick straw.
And then that was the last straw.
He's never called her stupid before? Or like an insult?
Well, on your wedding day, though, in front of family and friends.
What was he around? Did he get on the microphone? Is that what happened?
It's one thing when I call you stupid in private like I do all the time. But if I were to do it on the show, then that would be, we'd probably be done for. So.
When I think about too, but like in 3 minutes right after the wedding?
Yeah.
So my question is, do they have to start splitting things now? Do they get half?
I don't know how the rules work in Kuwait, what the customs are.
Yeah, you think about you were married for 3 minutes, and you're like, you know what? Now I get half your money and half the home. How you like me now?
Yeah. If they made it 3 minutes, that tells me that even if he didn't call her stupid, they wouldn't have made it much longer no matter what.
No, they've been done for.
It is a shame they didn't get to have the reception at least.
True. How about this?
Pretty tragic.
Where do you draw the line?
What do you mean?
Like with Angela, what can she not say to you, or else maybe something obscure that you just don't like? You're like, if you say this is really gonna offend me. Do you have any of those? Is there any jokes that she's just not allowed to make? That you just get a little too offended. It's a little bit too personal, maybe. Obviously she's allowed to call you stupid, I presume.
Yeah. Well, that's because it's very accurate, but. What's a bridge too far with her? Mm-hmm.
Or that you're not allowed, that you know that you're not allowed to do.
Oh, well, it's not a two-way street insulting each other in a relationship.
A lot more rules for you.
Yes, that's right. In fact, she can say just about anything and I'll probably let her get away with it.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes. I'm trying to think of my past relationships. They didn't, I don't know, just the whole joking thing. I'm a jokester. Uh-huh. And sometimes I would joke. They said, you joke too much. And they didn't like that so much. I think with any woman, usually the body is just off limits, right? Oh, no, you can't make any kind of body joke.
You know that a relationship, sometimes you see old people, like your grandparents or whatever, and your grandfather will make fun of your grandmother's body, and that's how you know that either...
That's a long time relationship.
Yeah, either they know they're stuck with each other, or maybe your grandfather's abusive, I don't know, but verbally,
Verbally abusive, got it.
It's one of those two.
Yeah, I would say that's usually off limits for... Also, I feel like hair stuff too. Women don't like you to talk about it. If you talk about their hair, anything, that's a no-go, usually, at least in my experiences.
Yeah.
Whenever I've tried to make a hair joke, not a good joke. Not a good joke.
No, you don't. If they get bangs, you just say nothing.
No, you don't say a word.
Yeah.
If you hate their haircut, you better not say anything. You're better off just smiling and just moving along.
All right. Well, a great podcast today. If you're listening to this heading into the weekend, enjoy and let us know what you get into. I was looking at the movies. We usually do the weekend watch list. There's one big movie in theaters. I don't know if you'd be interested, Isaiah. It's called A Haunting in Venice.
What's up with all these scary movies?
Well, this one's different, though, because it's an Agatha Christie book. You know how they've done that, like The Death on the Nile. like Knives Out style, like kind of what Knives Out is based off of.
Knives Out.
Yeah, but this one's a little spookier. It's got like Kenneth Branagh and Michelle Yeoh. Oh, your girl, Tina Fey's in it. So
my girl.
I thought maybe it might appeal to you a little bit because it's kind of a mystery, and then Tina Fey, like it's kind of up your alley, and that's out in theaters.
I guess so. I mean, I'm looking at it now. It looks okay.
Mm-hmm.
In post-World War II Venice, now retired and living in his own exile, reluctantly attends a seance.
Seance, yeah.
But when one of the guests is murdered, it is up to the former detective to once again uncover the killer.
Yeah, see?
It's like a movie, A Clue.
Doesn't that? Yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot.
It sounds like you.
I'm for it. So.
There's, if you watch anything good over the weekend, I'm just saying for you personally, when we're in the fundraiser, it's important to just relax for a while instead of like running around. So maybe this weekend you just kick back with a few movies. You kick back at the theater and the air conditioning and watch A Haunting in Venice.
I am open this weekend. I don't have a lot going on.
Oh, okay.
So.
You want to go with me?
Well, no, I mean, like I have. I'm not like completely not booked or anything. I mean, I have things going on, but not like completely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but like maybe like another time.
Okay. All right.
One day.
Well, donate to RadioU this weekend. That's one plan you need to make at RadioU.com, and we'll catch you next time.
See you guys.
We're not sure who behaves worse, the Riot or their dogs.
I don't even know how to behave like a real human being.
The Riot, RadioU.
How would you like to have more dating success?
I'd love that.
It was a rhetorical question you didn't have to answer. No, I'm just kidding.
More success, how?
I have the answer. I have the 3 traits you need. This is according to some new research. 3 that I personally conducted. Now, 3 traits that lead to relationship success.
What if I already have them? Let's see how many of the 3 I have.
It's not necessarily traits that I feel like that you can, how do I put this? I don't know if you can improve upon these because you're already perfect. I don't know if you can improve upon these, but you're looking for somebody at the same similar levels of these traits that you have.
Got it.
That is how you will find your match. And here's what they are. 1, agreeableness.
I'm pretty good at that.
Are you're real agreeable?
I would say I'm very agreeable.
Then you need somebody that's real agreeable. If you are like me and real obstinate, then you'd need somebody to argue with you all the time.
Oh, I'm more agreeable.
Which you would think those two would actually possibly be opposite, right? To me, I would think maybe an agreeable person would match up well with somebody who's not agreeable at all, because then the agreeable person would just agree.
But I don't want to be arguing all the time. It really stresses me out. As someone who doesn't like to argue, I would rather be with somebody who doesn't like to argue either.
I guess that makes sense, right?
Because if you're trying to constantly go at me, I'm like, I don't want to fight.
But then, you
can be right. I don't care.
I guess it makes sense then that 2 people that are both not agreeable at all would match up well, because it doesn't make them uncomfortable to have to like argue all the time. Okay, so that's 1. 2, conscientiousness.
We love a little conscientiousness.
Yeah. How would you rate yourself on the scale of conscientiousness?
See, I've heard this word. And so when people on the radio say words that people don't know, I think I just go ahead and break it down for them. Wishing to do what is right, especially to do one's work or duty well and thoroughly, is what I've got here from dictionary.com.
So would you say you're real conscientious then?
I don't know. I feel like that's not the definition of conscientious I'm looking for.
Wishing to do what is right, especially to do one's work or duty well and thoroughly. So that just
awareness. Here we go. Are you aware? Well organized. Demonstrate self-control. Whatever. I'm aware. Yes. We'll put it down as a maybe.
Okay, so you're big on you're big conscientiousness guy.
I don't know.
High levels of both conscientiousness and agreeableness.
I can't even be sure.
You're looking for somebody that's similarly conscientious to you.
I'm conscious.
Thirdly, extroversion.
I'm an extrovert.
Introversion. So if you're real outgoing, yet again, you would think opposites might attract on this one, but apparently you want somebody that's very similar to you when it comes to extroversion. If you're a big extrovert, you're constantly just want to be around people, you want somebody like that. You don't want somebody, and vice versa, if you're real introverted. So for me, I feel like I'm in the middle on a lot of these. So I needed somebody in the middle. For you, if you're real high on the scale of extrovert, agreeable, conscientious, you need somebody high on the scale. That's according to this research, and that's whether you're on a dating app or that helps you match up initially, and it helps your relationship be successful long term, according to this data they've got.
Well, there's your roadmap.
There you go.
Just find someone exactly like you.
Just go lead off with that as your icebreaker on dating apps. How agreeable would you say you are?
Pretty agreeable. You like to argue? So do I.
Find more Riot content online. riot.radiou.com.
You know, love can be found in some of the most peculiar places. For example, love could even be found at a robbery. It all start to bloom when somebody steals something from you. That's what happened to this couple in Brazil. A woman had her phone stolen by the man she now calls her boyfriend.
Isn't that cute?
Isn't it cute? They've been together for 2 years now. The story goes, as they tell it, she was walking down the street where this guy happens to live. I don't think she knew him at the time. She didn't know him at the time. She was passing by. He snatched her phone somehow, or she actually lost it. So she lost her phone. This guy nabs it, and he was just going to keep it. But then he saw her photo in the phone, and it's like, wow, this is a really, his words are that, what a beautiful brunette. You don't see a brunette like that every day. And he instantly regretted stealing the phone and then got in touch with this woman. Her phone number was, well, I guess he was able to get her back the phone. And from there, it was all love at that point.
Wow.
What a beautiful story. I guess it would be different, right, if he actually mugged her and stole the phone. Apparently she lost it, and he was just going to steal it and keep it. And then had to change his ways.
You think that he introduced himself by saying, I was going to steal this, but I decided not to?
Or did he introduce that at a later time in the relationship?
And instead he said, oh, I found this.
Yeah.
I'm actually your knight in shining armor. Did I take it? Maybe. In the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a change of heart.
But what were my intentions?
When I saw your lock screen, saw your beautiful face, I was I have to get this back to this woman.
If you were ugly, I would have just kept this.
I would have factory reset this thing in 30 seconds.
Thrown it on eBay or something like that.
This would have been a $700 swing for me.
Yeah.
Instead, I saw your lock screen. You looked cute. Give you a quick ring.
And the rest is history. I mean, for now anyways, they've been together for 2 years. Some people question, it's not exactly known whether other people in her life approve of this relationship given its peculiar start. But I mean, love is love, especially if, it's something you see in the movies play out so often. I don't know how often it really happens in real life of the good girl that gets a bad guy to change his ways.
Doesn't usually work, but
maybe in this case though, this is that story. This is a scenario where that actually happened. This guy, a criminal, a robber, a thief, and he meets a beautiful woman who has a kind heart, and all of a sudden, he starts to think a little differently. He starts to do things the right way. Starts to straighten up, smarten up.
I don't know if I trust this guy.
I mean, they've been together for 2 years.
Yeah, but this isn't getting him on the straight and narrow path.
You think he's still robbing?
He's probably still stealing phones.
Maybe they're a Bonnie and Clyde situation.
She's in on it too now.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe it could be the complete opposite. Like, hey, I stole this. I was going to sell it, but you're too cute for me to steal from. However, there's plenty of, yet again, less attractive people out there that if we work together,
we can rob.
Think of the things we could steal. I don't know. As long as they're together, they're happy, and they're not committing crimes. I'm all for it. However,
yeah, it's what a great way to introduce yourself.
Yeah.
I was going to take it.
Hello.
But I didn't.
I'm Manuel. I stole your phone.
The only thing Isaiah loves more than the Riot is himself.
Someone who probably still lives with his mother and hates himself.
You're listening to The Riot on RadioU.
Check out our food fight from yesterday. We tried the new Dinky. No, it's hard to do this.
I did the same thing 3 seconds ago.
Dinky X Twing Dong. No, it was a Twinkie X Ding Dong. It's a mashup. Hostess made the mix of ding dongs and Twinkies, and so we tried it on the show.
And we sure as heck aren't getting another one.
No, they're long gone.
Because the people at RadioU somehow ate 19 snack cakes yesterday. 19! We had Twinkies, Ding Dongs, and Twinkie Ding Dongs. 3 boxes, 30 of them. There's no Twinkies left.
Not a one.
Somehow, there's none left. And somehow there's 3 Ding Dongs and 2 Twinkie Ding Dongs. There's like 4 people that work here, other than Hudson and I. They all ate, 5 apiece? It's insane. Literally insane.
I think Isaiah was looking forward to having a Twinkie today.
I thought that maybe after I ate a Twinkie yesterday at 8 a.m. 8 a.m. I ate one yesterday. I didn't want to eat one the rest of the day because I'd already eaten one. Maybe today I'd come in and have one at a normal time. Maybe I'd get one at noon. No! 8 of them eaten. Somehow. Insane.
I have a confession
So I'm
to make.
upset. How many did you eat? I knew it was you. How many did you take home?
No, I took one home. I took one. We obviously each had one on the show, and I had one that I took home. That was it. So that means what?
That was it?
Was it a 10 box?
It was a 10 box.
So 7.
7.
You think that's unreasonable for 4 other people?
7?
In addition to all the other ones they ate of the other varieties.
Yeah, okay, but it'd be one thing if we just had the Twinkies were gone. It'd be one thing if it was just 7 Twinkies eaten.
Yeah.
Then we had 6 Ding Dongs and 7 Twinkie Ding Dongs.
All right, here's the question then. Who do you think ate the most? We got Sledgehammer, the boss, Michael. We call him Sledgehammer. There's Moneybags, Chris the engineer. We call him Moneybags. There's Tyler, Big Country, on the afternoons new on RadioU.
He can put down some Twinkies.
And then Nene. Nene is a nickname, so he doesn't get one. Who do you think put down the most?
Oh, it's so tough. When I think about it, they're all here for the same amount of time, right?
Yeah.
Nene has a reputation for eating a lot of snacks in the afternoon. So my first bet would be on him. It's definitely not Sledgehammer.
Oh, no. Michael the Sledgehammer, definitely.
Moneybags, no. He packs his lunch.
He does.
And he probably brings...
He might have had one.
Maybe one. So now we're leaving it down to Big Country and Nene.
Yeah.
How many could they have eaten?
Maybe Big Country.
Just went wild in there.
Tyler in the afternoons.
He just went
in between
wild.
every request he took, every time he talked yesterday on his show, he was over in the break room stealing some Hostess.
Like, let's say it was you, right? Let's say you yesterday in the afternoon. How many Twinkie Ding Dongs, if you were going to go crazy?
Oh, how many could I have?
Like one of each, right? There's no way you're eating more than one of each.
Well, is it a contest to see how many I can have, or
No,
is it
it's just-
until I'm satisfied?
It's just like a normal Tuesday.
I think probably like 3 max.
Yeah.
3 feels like a lot.
That feels like
if
a
I
lot.
wasn't counting calories.
Yeah, if you were going to have a crazy day.
Yeah. Just
3 feels like a good amount.
Keep going. But somebody was just chain eating Twinkies.
Somebody was putting them down. They put down 7 and then 6 Ding Dongs and 7 Ding Dong Twinkies. That's so much. So
Unbelievable.
much.
We'll know whoever gets checked into the hospital is the one that did it.
We'll see what happens today.
Yeah.
The real question is, will there be anything left tomorrow?
Oh, there's not going to be a shred.
There's 3 Ding Dongs left and 2 Ding Dong Twinkies.
Unless this conversation is heard and makes somebody feel bad.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. I hope the next time that we have a snack, we can have it for more than one day.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
When there's 30 of them.
There's 30 of them and there's like 6 of us. You would think that we would make them last longer. I'd like to have snacks in RadioU, and I wanted to last a little bit longer. Maybe a week of Twinkies. Imagine a week of Twinkies in there.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The worst of the riot. RadioU.
Choice Champions. You can text in your vote for who you think drafted a better team, and of course, which theme songs you think we missed at 8772 RadioU. My team, I went first to the first pick. I have the SpongeBob theme song as my first pick. Isaiah in at number 2.
I went with Mr. Rogers'
Mr.
Neighborhood.
Rogers, great choice.
Followed that up with The Simpsons in my second pick.
Surprising that you go Mr. Rogers ahead of The Simpsons.
Was because I wanted to get like Mr. Rogers out there. I knew I could go back to back.
Yeah.
And so I wanted Mr. Rogers out there just because it was my favorite pick of the 3.
So it's real symbolic.
Yeah, so Mr. Rogers, then The Simpsons, And then you followed that up with?
I went Stranger Things and then Succession. I went with a little more modern. Interesting that I'd be the modern one and you'd be more of the old school.
The throwback ones. And then I finished it off with a personal favorite, which is Avatar: The Last
Airbender. Which some are saying is not a theme song.
Some are saying is.
Some are saying... I don't think anybody said that.
Yes, they
except
did.
for you.
Matthew said, I say Isaiah wins, especially with the Avatar: The Last Airbender
But he didn't
pick.
say it's a theme song.
But, I mean, he picked it, didn't he? That's all that matters. We're trying to get votes.
He did pick it. All right, let's look at some of the ones. We'll count the votes and the ones we missed. Sheena texted in Game of Thrones. Sheena, I've never watched Game of Thrones. Have you?
Game of Thrones, I haven't seen it, but I want to.
Yeah.
I know it's up my alley, so I'm probably gonna watch it soon. So that's the next series I have on deck.
It's interesting. I don't know if I'd recognize the theme song because there's a lot of shows I've never watched. I know the theme song, the Game of Thrones song. I don't even know
it's really popular. I know it was one that a lot of people said to consider.
Philip texted in a throwback, Chippendale Rescue Rangers.
It's a good one.
That is good. Your dad has turned against you. He's voting for me and SpongeBob.
Makes sense. Adds up.
Jason, Hudson for the win, and he would have added the X-Files. That was a good one. That was one that missed the cut for me. Like, I considered it, strongly considered it. We already addressed Matthew, who's voting for you because of Avatar. Caroline just says, how could you not pick the Addams Family theme song? Such a
big one.
Carol, I'll tell you how, because we only had 6 picks total.
Yeah.
That is why. But it was another one that I did think about. Abby, impossible choice between SpongeBob and Mr. Rogers. Hard choice, but Isaiah for maximum nostalgia value.
Now that's a vote for me.
Chad, morning gentlemen. He has a lot that we missed out on. These are all throwbacks. Knight Rider, Airwolf, The Next Generation, and the A-Team. I love the A-Team.
That's a good one.
Yeah, but he's going with you because of The Simpsons. Susanna voted for me because I'm going to win anyways. Was there any others that you missed that you were considering?
The only one that I considered as well was The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, just because it's a good theme song.
Yeah, I thought about that one too.
I like the sound of it's so good.
I thought about that.
This is a story all about, like, everybody knows it.
Who
it's
cannot
so good.
sing along when you hear that?
It's so good.
I thought about Seinfeld.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about The Office. I could never do this, but I thought Friends would be a crowd pleaser.
It would have been
easy for me to say, but I couldn't bring myself to give Friends any praise. Emily texted in, Isaiah, you had her screeching when you played the Avatar.
I told you, it's good. People like it.
They do like it, but it's not a theme song.
It's a theme song. It starts it's the beginning of the show.
Therefore, you are disqualified,
okay.
and I have no choice but to declare myself the winner once again.
Of course.
What a great choice, champions.
That's enough of that. For more Riot content, head to riot.radiou.com.